What is going on, guys? So I am back today to talk about another found footage film because, like I said in a previous video, I've been really excited to watch some found footage films lately. It's a subgenre in horror that I really love that can either be executed really well or can be very poorly handled. And this was one I was really excited about, and I'm pleased to say that this was a really big surprise. It didn't have the greatest reviews when I watched it, but I typically go into these with a really open mind based on what the idea for the film is, and I feel like this movie really executes its idea well. And the movie I'm going to be discussing today is Evil Things. Evil Things is directed by Dominic Perez. It's Miriam's 21st birthday. As a birthday gift, her aunt has decided to lend her beautiful country house for a weekend. Her friends Cassy, Mark, and Tanya join her at the country house from what looks to be the most amazing weekend ever. They leave Manhattan together and are followed by a mysterious vehicle. Leo hopes to produce a short movie documenting every amazing moment of the getaway, but while doing so, an evil presence lurks behind them. So like I said, I'm a big fan of found footage as a whole. I have a lot of fun whenever I get a chance to watch like a lower budget found footage film. And this movie sets out to do something very simplistic and executes it perfectly. So you have this group of friends who get in a car in New York City who are going to the one girl's aunt's house for this girl's 21st birthday weekend. And they get in the car, they're driving through these snowy roads, and they get to a specific point where they get behind this van, and the van slows down, and the person driving the car decides to get around them. Well, the van ends up speeding past them and going straight forward and then stopping again and then pulling off the road. So they drive like nothing ever happened, even though they think it's really weird. And they end up going to this gas station, and the van ends up pulling up at the gas station. And they think that it's a little weird, but they don't think too much of it. Well, they decide they want to stop at a diner somewhere and eat. Well, they get to the diner and the van pulls up on them again. And that's when one of the guys goes and decides to confront the person in the van, but the van ends up driving off. So they end up getting to the house. Things are seemingly normal until they end up getting a surprise on the front porch step. So this film does a really great job of showcasing a very simplistic event between these people that is interrupted by something horrible. And just like everyday life, the way that this is shot, the way that the people interact with one another, it feels very naturalistic, aside from a couple performances that aren't really all that great, which I don't fault the director for. I feel like when you have no budget, you use what is at your disposal. And these people try really hard, but they don't necessarily succeed. They try really hard to be naturalistic, but sometimes it comes across as kind of forced. But for the most part of the film, it is really believable that it's just this young group of friends going away on this trip together. And I was really appreciative of that because I feel like it takes a specific type of director to be able to create that sort of atmosphere. And the thing is, there's not a bunch of jump scares. There's not a bunch of things looming around the corner. It's really this unsettling presence from the beginning of the film to the very end of the film, where once this van comes into play in the first 5 minutes, you know something is off. You know something isn't right. And so the entire film, your brain is wondering what's going to happen and how is it going to happen. And that's what I love, is movies that really take their time to set up these really simplistic premises and execute on them so well. And I think the third act of this film is executed really well. It took me by surprise. Obviously there's some, like I said, the performances aren't all that great. The camera in this, I don't know if it's just the way that they shot it, but the frame rate slows down a lot during it, which was a little bit distracting when I was watching the film. But obviously the budget for this probably wasn't very high, so they just worked with what they had. And this is one of those that you see 1 and 2 star ratings where it's like nothing happens. There's nothing happens in this movie. And it's like, yes, something does happen. The whole idea is that this tape was mysteriously found, and this is just people that were just having a trip together. That's it. There's nothing else to it. It's they were having this trip together and something happened, which that's when the most evil stuff in this world happens, is just to people living their day-to-day lives where something just occurs. And I think that's what unsettled me so much about this film, is that it can just happen to anyone. And I think that's what made it so scary and so uncomfortable. And if you want to jump on Tubi, it's streaming for free right now, and I definitely think it's worth checking out. So if you've seen Evil Things, did you love it? Did you hate it? Leave me a comment down below and let me know what you thought. I thought this movie was really great. I didn't know what to expect, and I was pleasantly surprised by it. As always, if you can like the video and subscribe to the channel, it helps me out a lot and lets me know the type of content you're looking for. I'm always putting out new material and look forward to getting more out for you in the near future. And as always, everyone, thank you so much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.